Please make sure you guys have the right answers. Okay, so to start with number 11. You guys know what the dot means? Multiplication, perfect. Okay, so 6 times 6 times, and then z is -2/2. And this is 1. Anytime you have the same thing over itself, it's 1. So this is going to be 6 times -1, which is -6. How'd we do? I hope it's good. Okay. Number 12. I'm going to put C in first. C is -3 minus, oh, A is also -3 minus 5. Okay. Now, what should I do first here? What? Parentheses first. Beautiful. Okay, so combine those. -3 minus 5 is -8. And we've been working on this since last week. When I have minus a negative, I'm going to change that to plus plus. So I have -3 plus 8, which is 5. Okay, any questions about either of those two, 11 or 12? You good? Okay. Now, we're going, before we go over the homework, I want to show you something important. Kinda. So many buttons to operate. Okay. I want you guys to look at this. Okay. I just posted this to Google Classroom. I think it was this morning. It should have been this morning at 8 a.m. Oh, yes, it says 8 a.m. right there. Okay. You guys have your first quiz tomorrow in this class. It's going to be at the end of the period. No notes allowed, but you can use a calculator. And there's 3 questions. The first question, actually, I don't know the order of them. I'm not sure if it's the first question, but one of the questions is a function machine. So you're going to take the number, plug it in, and get an answer, just like we just did in the warm-ups, basically, but there's like a picture of a machine. The second one is order of operations. We've been working on that since the first day of school, basically, so like PEMDAS stuff. And then the last one is a tile pattern. Tile patterns are usually pretty easy, but we're doing them today in class also. Okay, you guys know what those 3 things are. Routines, order of operations, and tile patterns. Okay, so just so you know, that is tomorrow, last 10 minutes of class. Okay. Now I would like you guys to get out your homework from the weekend, please. So take a look at 15 to 24. And the first thing I want to have you do is correct. Okay, so I'm thinking that everybody probably got A correct for 15. For B, you need to make sure that you have 42 tiles. So B should be 42 tiles. So you're correcting your homework for the weekend. A is that picture there, which I really could use a ruler or something. It looks pretty suspect. And then B is 42 tiles. Okay, now 16. As I mentioned on Friday, there are 3 different kind of weird answers that you guys can get from equations. Sometimes you're going to get 0. That's totally okay. Sometimes you're going to get things that match exactly on those sides, and that's infinite solutions. This one actually had a nice number answer, which was kind of satisfying. And then this one, we came out with 2 things that do not equal each other, so that's no solution. So I need you to think about the difference between the things actually equaling and the things actually not equaling. Make sure you got that fixed if you need to. Anyone want to add anything about 15 or 16? Okay. Now let's move here. Yes. I did, and it was very important. Thank you very much. Okay. 17. A and B both require a common denominator. We talked about this quite a bit on Friday when I walked around. But C and D do not require a common denominator. So you should get negative 5/18, negative 51/35, negative 3/5, and 7/8. Okay, then for 18, A was $18. You just multiply 12 gallons of gas times $1.50. B, you probably did not write your answer as fancy as I did. I wrote my answer in fancy language. What you're supposed to say is, yes, it's a line and it goes through 0, 0. I wrote it fancy though. But if you guys wrote, yes, it's a line and goes through 0, 0, that's just as good as what I wrote. Just leave it 8.4, because that would round down technically, if you think about it, because it's less than 5. So just leave it 8.4. Okay, so $18, yes, 8.4, and then it would still go through the origin, but it would be steeper. So $2.20 would be more. I just wish the gas was $2.20. That'd be great. Actually, I don't care. I have Tesla, but in theory, I don't care that it's less than $2. I do care that the plug in my garage is working. That's very important. Because sometimes in my house, when you plug in the car and then you turn on the oven, it throws the whole breaker to the house. So, that's rough. Okay, I'm gonna move this real quick. Number 19, I got negative 17, 8, 8, and 486. Any questions about 19 and 19? I got negative 17, 8, 8, and 486. Good. All right. Now we're gonna have to do 20, but we have to skip 21 because Coach T forgot to put it in the pack. Okay, so here is number 20. And I screwed up and put an extra box there. Don't look there. I looked. So embarrassing. Too late. I already looked. And you're judging me. I can tell. I'm not judging you. It's really hard when you have things in colored pencil with no grease. Oh, speaking of which, we're gonna color in colored pencil today. So hopefully, some of us didn't start making the tile patterns already and shading them in our packet. I didn't. Okay. Now, I'm skipping number 21. Okay, 22 I thought was kind of spicy. For A, I said the negative number is for below sea level. For B, I said the elevation goes down or decreases or becomes more negative. You don't have to put all three of those, just one of those. And then for C, I said 3 hours was negative 2,700 meters. 45 minutes is negative 675 meters. And 0 minutes is 0 meters. And then there's my downward going graph. The downward going graph. It's going down, isn't it? Okay, and then lastly, it's asking you that same question, is it proportional? So that needs to be a line and going through the origin. This is a line going through the origin, so it is proportional. I think that one was pretty spicy. It's, well, you don't redo it or anything, just for the future reference, the negatives should be underneath. Yeah. But don't like sit and redo it. It's not worth that. Okay. Last bit. For number 23, I got -3, 5, and 2/3. -3, 5, and 2/3. And then for 24, for A, I got no solution. You guys know why it's no solution? Yeah. So you can't square root a negative. It's actually kind of a false statement. Once you get to math 2, you'll be able to square root a negative. But yet, you can't square root a negative yet.
This is already math 9.
What?
Isn't this math 9?
No, this is math 1.
Yeah, because it's first year of high school.
Right. And then for B, I said no for the first machine, but for the second machine, I would put 4 in, and square root of 4 is 2, minus 2 is 0. All right, I am going to, okay, I need you guys to all do me a favor. In whatever format you have this assignment, I need you to turn it in. Okay, however, I want your comfort card part stapled to the front. So your comfort card is supposed to list all of the problem numbers and your comfort level with each one. So you're gonna come over to this table. You're gonna grab the stapler. You're going to staple your comfort card to the front. And then you're gonna come over here. This is my TA. Her name is Caprianne. She came today because I like napping with her, so I thought it would match. Okay, and you're going to turn in your paper right here on my laptop, and she'll be waiting to get it. Perfect, except for like that, because I'm the weird. It's not you, it's me. It's 8 out of 10. not 20%.
Hey.
Mike, do you have your card?
What? You have a card? Oh, I don't. This one's, this card?
Yes, yes. Thank you. I will staple it on for you. Not the stamp sheet.
Arts and crafts time. They're over on the table there.
All right, guys. Okay.
About the quiz. He just gets access to a calculator all the time,
So they all do.
and then extended time. Those are the recommendations.
Alrighty, guys, let's look at our agenda here. So we are going to do 2 problems in our packet, 25 and 26. And then we're going to do notes in our notebook on some review from Math 8, which is types of angles and angle relationships. So you're going to need your packet and your notebook. Okay. Everyone at your table is going to need a straight edge and a colored pencil. Now, let's just pause for a second. Can we please make an effort to try to keep the supply box nice? So when you take out colored pencils, be careful to not rip the box to shreds. And when you put them back in, please try to be careful. Guys, the chattiness situation over here needs to stop. Okay, so everyone needs a straight edge and a colored pencil. And it doesn't matter the color, just whatever color you want. I only need one. Okay, your homework tonight, let's pause very quickly because I need you guys to understand where to find the homework. Are you all listening to me? Yes. Okay. First, there's my joke for the day. It's SpongeBob. He said, I'll have you know that I finished my homework and I only tried 37.
He's funny.
I know he is, my baby. Okay,
Yeah, me too.
do you guys see the dash in the middle? That means 28 through 32, not 28 and then 32. Okay, and how do you get to the book? Okay, everybody watch up here, please. You guys know how to get to Clever. I don't know why it's doing that. I have more things in Clever than just that. Hmm. I don't want AP stats. I want math 1. How do I, why is it assuming? Anyway, you guys are not in AP statistics, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Clever and you're gonna find the one that says CPM. Okay, so make sure to click the little heart on it so that you don't have to look for it every time, because then it will just come right up for you. Okay, then you're going to go to chapter 1 and then find the problems that are from 128 to 132. Does that make sense? Okay, hopefully yours does not do this. I don't know what happened there, but anyway. Okay. So tile pattern 1, we're gonna do a bunch of different things on this page, but first thing I want to do is shade. Yes.
Do I use a graphic notebook for my homework?
Yes, just keep
Okay.
going in your graphing notebook right after we are gonna do the notes today, and then put the homework right after it. Does that make sense? I'll show you when we do it. Hold that thought, Mike. Okay. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to take a colored pencil and I'm going to shade only the new tiles in each figure. So if this one has 3, I'm going to say that that's these 3 here.
And do I color in the new tiles?
New tiles.
Do I
It,
color in the new tiles?
yes,
Oh, what, can I pick color?
you can pick a color.
Okay, I'll pick orange.
Excellent. Okay, and these are the new tiles for figure 1. And then now for figure 2. These are the new tiles. And then for figure 3, these are the new tiles. Any questions about where I got the new tiles from? Okay, now figure 4, we have to draw ourselves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's going to be 7 across. And then this is going to go up 4 this way this time. Okay, any questions about how I got figure 4 or about why I shaded what? Anything, you're good? Okay, so now we're going to describe what's happening. How many tiles are getting added each time? 5. Okay, so we're going to represent this in a table. Figure 0 has 3 tiles. And then every time I go up a figure number, I'm going to add 5 tiles. So 3 plus 5 is 8. plus 5 is 13. And you could sit and count them if you want to, but I'd rather not. Plus 5 is 18. Plus 5 is 23. Plus 5 is 28. Any questions about my table? Okay, last thing is I'm going to graph this table on the graph, but I'm going to tell you ahead of time, don't connect the points. Don't connect the points. Don't connect them. Don't connect them. Don't connect them. Don't connect. If you worked ahead, erase the connecting them. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3. That's wrong. It looks like 0 was on the 0, 3, 1, 8, 2, 13, 3, 18, 4, 23, 5, 28. But Mrs. Talbot, that makes such a beautifully satisfying why would you not let us connect them? We want to so badly. Well, the reason is because you're not going to have figure number 1.5 or figure number 1.2 or figure number pi. It's just figure 0, figure 1, figure 2. It's called discrete. So it means that you have gaps between. Whenever you're graphing off a tile pattern, no connecting the dots. As irresistible as it might be.
I can do that.
You can resist connecting the dots? Good. Okay, now let's move to tile pattern 2. Hold on. I didn't finish tile pattern 1. I forgot something. That's the equation. Does anybody remember how to find the equation? Yes, still.
I just know what it is. It's x plus 5.
Okay, true, but it's not quite x plus. Okay, so you're right. It's plus 5 each time. Okay, so we write y equals. Okay, the amount it's going up each time goes in front of the x. So 5x, yeah, plus 3. So it always goes growth x plus figure 0. Growth x plus figure 0. Okay. Now let's move on to number 2. So number 2 has the equation in here for us because we don't know how to do that. But let's talk about the tiles. So if this is figure 1, what tiles are new in figure 2? Does anybody know what tiles are new? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to say it's these 3. You guys can pick any 3 that you want. Okay, and on this one, these 4 were originally here, so now it added 5. I'm just gonna say it's these 5. Does anyone want to venture a guess of what would happen to go backwards to figure 0? So these 5 vanished, and then these 3 vanished. Okay, let me ask you this way. What's consistent every time? The 4 on the corners, right? Okay, so figure 0 would just be the 4 corners squished together with nothing in the middle. So let me say that again. Figure 0 would be the 4 corner boxes squished together with nothing in the middle.
Okay, so then what would be new on figure 1 then? Yes, perfect. Okay, now figure 4. How many boxes would the middle of the center part be? Okay, what size would it be? Like what by what? If this one is 3 by 3, what would it be? Yeah. Okay, 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4. It's probably for me. Hi. I'm right in the middle of teaching a lesson, but I'll try to get there as soon as I can. Okay. Sorry, I'm not dressed, but okay. Okay, okay. It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so I got the 4 by 4, and now I have my 4 corner guys. Okay, there's my new tiles. All right. So you guys can tell this one's not adding the same amount each time. It added 1, then added 3, then added 5, then added 7. So we're going to have to express that here. Figure 0 is 4. And then plus 1 is 5. And then plus 3 is 8. And plus 5 is 13. Plus 7 is 20. And then plus 9 is 29. You guys notice that it's adding the next odd number up. Does that make sense? You guys know what odd numbers are?
Yes.
We already talked about this because we had that one worksheet that was like the odd numbers and the even numbers. Okay, now we're gonna graph the dots. That's the last thing for this. Here. What do you notice about the shape of this one? It's curved. It's curved because it's not adding the same amount each time. It's adding more each time, so it's going up faster. Are we gonna connect them? Nope. Resist the urge. All right, when you guys are ready, flip to the other side. Right. Somebody's phone is not silent over here, just so you know. Okay, so there's one. They gave us the equation. That's good. That means it's going to be kind of a weird one, though. And notice that figure 0 has like these 3, and then it starts to make a tail like a kite over here. I think this one reminds me of a kite. And so this one, it puts 3 new here, and then 1 new one on the tail. And then this one actually puts 2 new rows on the kite itself. And then 2 more on the tail. Okay, so I had 1 row of 3, I have 2 rows of 3, I have 4 rows of 3. So figure 3 is actually gonna have 8 rows of 3. Do you guys know how many are going to be in the tail? Yes,
Does it double every time?
it does double every time. And there's a big hint in the equation of why it doubles every time. Okay, now this is weird, but we're not going to be able to graph the coordinate for 4 and 5 because 4 is 64 and 5 is 128 and it's gonna go off the picture. So we're only gonna graph the 0, 1, 2, and 3. But you should notice that this one is curved again. All right, you guys, one more, and then we're going to the notebook, and then we'll be done. Tile pattern 4 is weird, but it's easy because we don't have to draw anything. We also don't need to shade anything. It's no, it doesn't cut in half. Because the equation is 48 divided by x. So 48 divided by 1, 48 divided by 2, 48 divided by 3. But if you notice, the tiles are actually going down the amount. So if I count this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Figure 1 has 48 tiles. Figure 0, I'm going to write UND there for undefined. I told you figure 0 was undefined because 48 divided by 0 is undefined. Okay, now figure 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now this last one is weird. These are little halves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I made little smileys. I didn't even mean to. I mean, I totally did mean to. Okay, so remember zero is undefined, so you're not gonna graph anything in the zero spot. 1 is 48. 2 is 24. 3, 16. Well, you can't do it, but if you did follow the pattern, it would be above it. Perfect. Okay, everybody, once you're done, if you could please put your packet away and get your graph paper notebook or your graph paper that you're going to work on. And you're going to want a straight edge for this part in your notebook or on your graph paper. Yes.
Did we do 25 and 26?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. At the very top, I made you this little placeholder so that tomorrow morning when you come in and I say, I want to stamp number 25 and 26, it jogs your memory to look at the resource pages. And the one thing I want to note from the resource pages is when you're adding the same number of tiles each time, the equation is y equals growth x plus figure 0.
And don't do anything yet.
Okay. I'm just going to draw some pictures down here, but I'm not saying anything yet. We should get ahead by drawing that. All right, you guys, we're not going to get to the relationships part today, but last thing for the day, do you guys know the vocabulary words for these four? Does anybody know them? Okay, I heard it. What's this one? Acute. We memorized that one because we're like, it's a cute little angle. What's this one? Right? Anybody know the Family Guy reference for this one? Don't be obtuse. And then this is the hardest one. Supplementary would be if there were two of them. Nope, hold on, that's later. It's just one angle that's 180. Straight angle.